All right, we're officially live. It's a thing. Are you ready? We're going to start the front bumper. You can't see this, but the people behind me can see this. That's the front bumper. That's what it looks like. Woohoo. Let me throw my glasses on for maximum douche. What do you think? Yeah. There we go. Got the headphones on. We're going to drop off into, let's do a tight. We'll do a tight shot on the one and only Yonder Wizard, Kelsey Hudgins. 3, 2, 1, we're live. Hell yeah, people, put your hands together for the one and only Kelsey Hudgins. You guys can clap. Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Yes. What a shot to bring in the show.
Do you want a balloon, Georgie?
Oh my God, Jesus, that's terrifying.
Down here we all float.
How you been, man?
You know what, man? I've been going through it, but today we are thriving. Always going through it, but I feel like everybody always is, and it's just how you react to it. So we're reacting a little better than normal. So yeah, we're doing it. This is it, and we're in it.
How many? It's good to see you again. We haven't seen you since almost, I guess, over a year now.
It's been a little over a year.
That's fucking crazy, man. I can't believe it's been that long. But I'm very happy to have you back. You're a musical wizard.
Thank you. Don't tell anybody.
Well, and actually, the last time you were here too, you played acoustic guitar. So I'm very excited that you had the electric.
I brought the Halloween guitar.
The Halloween guitar.
Whistle Pig actually gave me this.
I was gonna say, I saw that. Is that real? They gave it to you?
Yeah.
No shit. Tell us that.
You want to see something crazy?
I do want to see something crazy.
That says JRE.
As in the JRE?
Yeah.
No way.
This was. There were two of them. That one was given to be placed at the studio, at Rogan Studio, and the other one was like to be given to someone else, and I got the Rogan Studio one.
Dude, how did you swing? Does he know?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he knows, but it's just the guy, my boy Pat, Whistle Pig Pat. He's usually in the. I'm sorry, Whistle Pig Pat. Gave me this one day at sunset, and he was like, oh, cool, you got the Rogan one, nice.
Dude, that's fucking wild, man. I can't believe you got the Rogan one. How many songs did you bring for us this fine evening? What are we doing?
I'm prepared for 7, I think.
7 songs?
I think that's what I brought with me. We'll see. I printed out 7 songs, let's say that. I had to print out the lyrics. You'd think I know the lyrics to my own songs, but these are pretty fresh.
Fresh songs, fresh off the press.
Yeah. Some of them are old that I never really did a lot, but are appropriate for Halloween. And some of them are super duper fresh, like never been played publicly before.
Ooh. Wait, so we have some actual like new releases coming out?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How many? How many are we talking?
At least 2.
Ooh.
That may have only been ever played on the episode of Virtual Red Band, which not a lot of people see that portion of the end of the night when we're all just wreaking havoc in VR chat in our avatars in virtual reality.
Where's the link to that stream? That's the thing I need to figure out.
At Red Band, REDBAN. Shout out to the homie Red Band.
Hell yeah, man. All right, what's the first song of the evening that you're going to play for us, buddy?
Well, it being Halloween, I think we're going to do one called Demons in My Blood.
Demons in My Blood? Oh, my God. Do you want to tell us anything about Demons in Your Blood before you sing Demons in Your Blood?
The original version of this song was just a single shot of sustained keys, actually. This song was originally recorded on keys, and it was just one chord the entire time on a synth, just one synth chord, and then so there's no like changes of any chords. This is going to be different than that.
Okay. I was going to say, we have keys behind you if you
Yeah, I know, but it's we'd have to maneuver more things that we didn't plan for.
That is true.
I'd rather not put you through this.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I know what it's like to set this shit up, man.
Dude, it's so much. It is so much. All right, I'll zip it over to you for Demons in My Blood whenever you're ready.
They're a-burning through my veins like if a river were a hurricane, made out of fire and brimstone or just plain hate, dimming down every piece of light that's crept in before it fades tonight, making sure that you don't see a goddamn thing. Now they've showed me how it ends. You won't believe my story, friend. By both God and man, I swear by the things I've told. But I got demons in my blood. They play games they think are fun, burning offerings on an altar made of my soul. Ushered in that awful smell from the deep dark pits of hell, like ammonia dumped on a pile of rotten meat. Fearing nothing I have seen in both daylight and in dream, bartered off something that should have never belonged to me. Shunning all I've let get coast, trading real life friends for ghosts. Hell, my closest friends for years have all been dead. Guarding gates with silver chains, fortified with hurt and blame. If you think you're getting inside, friend, you're out of your head. In every story comes a time, especially in ones like mine, where the simple human mind just can't comprehend. If it's proof that you ask for, I could give you that and more. But you'd walk away and somehow you forget. I could show you from my mind what I'm feeling all the time, and you'd wonder how on earth a man gets through. Might as well be pumping mud. I got demons in my blood, and I'm starting to wonder who's possessing who. Might as well be pumping mud, 'cause I got demons in my blood, and I'm starting to wonder who's possessing who. As evil as it comes.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Jade as well as Blue Velvet in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This is great.
Yeah, Velvet and Jade, the mods.
What the hell is Demons in My Blood about? Where did that come from? That was a dope song.
So this was an old one that I never did anything with. Remember I told you on the last one that I had just oodles of lyrics that sometimes they just end up, oh, I needed to get this out. And then it just doesn't become anything else. I think we talked about that last time.
Yep.
That's one of those. That was from right after I had quit drinking, and I believe I was also, this was post the, like, going sober from the powder as well.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, so we'll be referencing. By the way, after this, if you haven't watched the other one, you should go back and watch the other one, so some of these stories will make sense. But yeah, I just kind of got in my head, and I realized that maybe there was just something. The addiction was in me.
Yeah.
And it's something that I can't control, and it was me coming to terms with the fact that, like, I have to find something to put there, or else I'm gonna ruin my life. So I have this demon in my blood, and then I was like, okay, well, what if I have this demon in my blood? I really like horror movies. What if I make this an actual demon that's in my blood, and it's like it's turning my blood into mud. It's like it's just really, and this is what's keeping me going. This what do you call it? Like this thing is what's keeping me going, like a spell or something. Like I'm dead, but this thing is keeping me alive, and it's actually that thing. Now I'm wondering who's possessing who. Am I possessing it, or is it? What's the drill here?
That's you're a very philosophical person. This came out the last show as well. Was that always a thing, or did that come after sobriety more so, the philosophical side of you?
No, I inherited that from I think my dad and my granddad. They always. My dad was a big Andy Griffith Show guy.
Okay.
You ever fuck with the Andy Griffith Show?
I've seen several episodes. Yeah.
So every episode of Andy Griffith, he would always figure out a way to teach a lesson in everything that he did, and that meant a lot to my dad. So my dad kind of adopted that, like saying many things while saying one thing. So it sort of trained me. I grew up all my life hearing his stories about or not his stories, just the way he would talk and interact with me. Always made me feel like, oh, I'm learning something here. Like this means more than what I'm actually saying. So I think that has bled into me. But only thing about my dad is that he didn't spend a lot of time doing psychedelic drugs like I did. So I feel like I took that trait that I gathered from him and kind of amplified it by that, psychedelia, mind expansion, make the world a better place with everything that you say type thing.
Yeah. What was it? Can I ask what the psychedelics were?
Oh man, how long you got? Most people start with mushrooms and go acid and then go to the harder things. I started with the research chemicals. The 2CI was the first thing I did, was 2CI.
Wait, what is 2CI?
It's just a research chemical. It was legal in America in the early 2000s. You could just order it offline legally, and they would just send it to you. And it was about 10 to 15 times more potent than acid.
Jesus Christ! Come on, dude.
That was my first experience with psychedelics. But I just remembered having this. I remembered having this realization that I'm in control of this thing that I'm a part of. If I'm a part of it, I'm in control of it.
100%.
It would be that either by perception or mostly by perception. So yeah, I realize that, like, if I find these little tricks that I can use to make my life work a little better or go a little smoother, then maybe someone else could benefit from that as well.
Yeah, man.
So I've always been very, hey, let me help you with this to other people. I've always been very like, hey, can I help you?
You are a very kind person.
With mostly just perception, though, mostly just like thoughts. I'm very good with brain.
Very good with brain.
If that makes any sense.
It does. So you went down a psychedelic route, and then and so acid was a part of that. Ergot. I mean, did you really get into like the basement of some stuff? Mushrooms.
I never really did mushrooms a lot. I did mushrooms once or twice because I started at such a heavy rate. The first thing I took was way more potent than acid. And then 2CI, then 2CE came along, which is more potent than 2CI.
Jesus.
And mescaline caps.
Wow, you really got into it.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, like, y'all, the people that know me now don't know who I was. Like, they don't know what I used to be.
So let me ask you, what was the draw to it? Was it just like you wanted to experience something otherworldly? Or like what was the appeal to order 2CI from the internet, and actually, how did you even find out about it?
Friends. I moved out of my house when I was 19 years old. I grew up in a very strict Christian household. I was very sheltered from a lot of other things in life. Very sheltered from anything negative or bad. And when I got out, I kind of just went crazy.
Got it.
And I started it all at about the same time. Like, I started smoking pot when I was 15, but only sporadically. Whenever I moved out, I was like, immediately I'm smoking pot every day. And then our other friends who we used to get our pot from also was like, hey, I got these capsules that has a powder in it. And if you want to take that, you'll trip your nuts off for about 12 to 16 hours.
Fuck, dude, that's a long time.
And the first time I ever did it, luckily, was an incredible experience with a lot of people that are lifelong friends now. We've all grown up, and we're all actually normal. We were all talking about, like, we don't know the side effects of this stuff. We did this like 20 years ago, and like we're all still normal people. And crazily enough, every single one of us has gone on to do something what some people would consider successfully, like lead somewhat successful lives. Every single one of us. Like, one of the guys made a bunch of money off of the crypto boom. One of the other guys is one of the founders of. I shouldn't probably say all of this incriminating stuff about these people.
Well, don't say what he's a founder of. Just say
One of these other guys is a founder of a very popular liquor company, and one of the other guys is like very high up in YMCA.
Oh wow,
out west.
That's wild, man.
It's crazy. Like every single one of us that were involved in that crew went on to be like crazily successful in some way. I'm the least successful out of all of us.
I think you're very successful. I mean, you do some amazing things here in Austin.
Well, I appreciate that, but just as a measuring stick, I'm the least successful one.
Well, let me ask you this though: what do you measure success by? Because I've had this conversation with people a ton, and I don't think you can measure.
Money?
So I would disagree.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
So that's the measurement. I think a lot of people are like, oh, unless you have a yacht or a fucking mansion, you're not successful. And it's
I truly measure success by the things that people say about you at your funeral. That's your success. How you leave the world whenever the things people say about you when you're not around.
Yeah,
that's your success.
Agreed. You have a great reputation. So, and also shout out to Bonghole and Bonghole and Shane Saw in the comments. Thank you guys.
What's up, Shane?
Dropping some stuff in there. That's wild, man. So you started that when you were 15. That is crazy. And you also mentioned earlier that you like horror films.
That's my favorite.
That's your favorite genre?
Yes.
If you were if your life was a horror movie and you were the lead serial killer, which serial killer would you be? I have a feeling I know the answer because of how you're dressed, but
no.
Okay, all right.
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing about Hannibal that a lot of people don't understand. It's he preferred to eat the rude, so he mainly made the world a better place by the people he removed.
That's an odd thing, right?
It's odd.
Yeah.
It's odd. And I think Dexter was also kind of based on that logic, was that you morally kill people rather than the opposition. But yeah, I would say Hannibal Lecter because he also was a psychiatrist who would help people with their problems and try to, I don't know. I'm big into the lore.
Okay, I dig it. That was it was a question.
I don't even know if Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie as much as it is like a suspenseful drama.
It's like a suspense thriller.
But if we're talking about actual horror, if I could be anything, I would like to I don't know. I'd like to be like a Shinigami, like a Death Note, like one of those.
Wait, what is that?
It's like an anime.
Oh, okay.
It's like an anime demon.
I thought you were gonna say like a Rob Zombie film or something, like House of Thousand Corpses.
I mean, well, the thousand. See, they're very dirty. I feel like I'm more of a clean guy. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff that Rob Zombie based all of that stuff on. I got to stop talking about horror. I won't stop. This will be it'll be 9 o'clock and I'll be like, so yeah, Toby Hooper rules. He's from Austin.
You can talk about it, man. That's what the show. That's literally the portion of the show is talking. You can talk about horror films. Fuck yeah, man. You also mentioned I do want to come back to your father. You mentioned your father and his sage advice.
Yeah.
The way he told stories, kind of almost in like parable form. What's some of the best advice you've ever been given?
You can't keep a working man down. You can slow him down, but you can't keep him down.
This is great advice. That's also very true.
Yeah. So he would have a way of saying stuff like that. Like that's the one that comes to mind. Like one way or another, you got to work. You gotta do something to stay busy. But I think that it meant more like when my granddad got sick and couldn't work anymore, he'd sit out on the front porch and count the cars that drove past. But he always did something. So, like, that was his, and he would go out there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and he'd come in at dinner time. Well, 47 drove by today.
That's wild.
And then he'd go back outside after dinner time, and he would come back in and, like, give a report. Well, 58, counted 58 after dinner.
No kidding.
He would just, he had to do something.
Yeah, being sedentary is not good for your mind. I mean, even if it's just counting cars, you got to do something. Otherwise, you'll just kind of go into mush. Let's get to song number 2 on the evening. Alien Fire from Bonghole. I don't know what that is in reference to, but an alien and a fire emoji.
Alien Fire's in the room right there. Resident. Alien actually is a member of our great YouTube community out there, the Yonder Wizard YouTube community.
Hell yeah! I didn't know that. So Alien Fire, is that your handle? Resident Alien Invasion. Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that? I got my headphones on. Yeah, mouthful. All right, what's song number 2?
Here's a song. I looked through the last one that we did, and I gave everybody a choice whether they wanted to hear a song that I wrote on my birthday when I was sad, or the song that I wrote when I decided I was going to move to Austin, and they chose the latter of the two. So this time I'm going to do, and it was my birthday on the 14th just a couple of weeks ago.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
22 is a big deal. That's great.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm thinking I'm going to figure it out by 23.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. What's the name of the song?
This song is just called It's My Birthday.
It's My Birthday. All right, over to you.
Hell yeah. Never known why I was so goddamn sad. Depression is the worst thing I ever had. I can't figure out why it all happens to me. If a reason is clear, then I just can't see. Hoping for a turnaround in my black soul. Pray to Jesus that it happens before I'm old. When I'm way too tired to try to carry on. Thinking about where I was when I wrote this song. It's my birthday. And I don't even wanna try, I'd just rather be alone. I'm just much more comfortable at home. It's my birthday, and I'm the only one alive from the house I grew up in. Now I'm haunted by the ghost of the rest of them. Everybody tells me I ought to get help, understand how to take better care of myself. Take these pills and talk to some guy that don't give a fuck if I live or die. Go outside and try to get some sun. Stop aggressively avoiding everyone. Everybody'd love to see you coming back around. Hell, you used to be the one who would run this town. It's my birthday, and Brian Rossler says that he'd rather feel everything than nothing at all, and I'd have to agree. It's my birthday. And now I'm lying here in bed and it's raining bad outside. Why does the thunder always make me wanna ride? It's my birthday, and now I've worried y'all to death. But you shouldn't worry though, 'cause I plan to walk to the end of my road. It's my birthday, and all I wanna do is sleep and get high and watch the Braves doze off and just waste away my days. So goddamn sad. Depression is the worst thing I ever had. I can't figure out why it all happens to me. If a reason is clear, then I just can't see. Hoping for a turnaround in my black soul. Pray to Jesus that it happens before I'm old. When I'm way too tired to try to carry on. Thinking about where I was when I wrote this song. It's my birthday, and I don't even wanna try. I'd just rather be alone. I'm just much more comfortable at home. It's my birthday, and I'm the only one alive from the house I grew up in. Now I'm haunted by the ghosts of the rest of them. It's my birthday, and I'm lying here in bed and it's raining bad outside. Why does the thunder always make me wanna ride? It's my birthday, and all I wanna do is sleep and get high and watch the Braves doze off and just waste away my days. It's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, oh, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. There's that one.
Hey. Hell yeah, man. That's a beautiful tune. And you just wrote that because it was your birthday? Were you sitting in your room by your lonesome?
I was.
Wait, I'll wait for you to get back onto microphone here.
Yeah, I was. It was raining bad. It was truly raining bad, and I was like, man, this is. I don't know what it is about. I love the rain so much. I love thunder. I love storms. I've always said that I think that it's nice to know the sky feels like it too. But it's comforting to me, man, in a way that I can't explain. But yeah, it was raining, terrible, one of those South Carolina fall storms. And I was just laying there, literally sad. And I wrote this thing, it's my birthday and I'm sad. This was in 2019 or 2020, one of those, somewhere around that time. And yeah, I was just fucking depressed. And I started writing, and it just came out like it was this thing where I was gonna like in my feels and gonna write a post about something. And
like on social media?
Yeah. And I started writing, and I was like, this is too heavy for a post. Maybe this is a song instead. And I just kept going because I put a lot of words in. There's a lot of words in that. Like I have to be fast about how I get it out because there's a lot of lyrics there. I saw Joe say something.
Oh, Joe, did you say something?
I can identify with what we're saying about the storms. There's nothing better than all that.
Nothing better than the storms.
That's the one problem I have with Austin. We don't give enough pollen.
Well, we got one the other day, and I rode a motorcycle home through it.
But my dad,
Do you want to say it in the microphone?
and watch it rain, never told me about that.
Yeah, sit on the back porch and watch it rain.
That's where I learned that, and it's stuck with me ever since. I love it so much.
There's something very, I would say, cathartic about
Yes.
being in the rain or being in a thunderstorm.
I don't know, it's just something,
It's comforting.
it just gets to me. I don't know.
Well, one thing me and Joe have in common is we're both from the South. Like, no offense to Texas, but Texas is the West.
Hey, I've been here longer than anywhere else, let me put it like that.
But Joe's from Tennessee and I'm from South Carolina, and that we get real regular storms. And in Texas, we get some storms out here for sure. The Texas flood's a thing. But back east, we got some like it's hurricane. We're hurricane central right there in that area where I'm in Myrtle Beach. But yeah, it was the rain is just a comforting thing, and there's something about that makes me and my creativity ramp up a lot. And I write a lyric in this like where I just remember where I was when I wrote this song, because I want to document that I was really bad that day. And even I recorded it that day. So the original recording of that, you can hear it. I was just like, in my voice, it doesn't even sound like me really. It just sounds defeated.
What can I ask why you were so defeated and why you were hurting so much on your birthday?
It's just always been, I don't know if it's from, being raised in a broken home or whatever, where my birthday is the beginning of fighting season between my birth mother and my dad, because they're always like, there's discrepancy about who's going to get me on what day, during the holidays or during the birthday. I don't know if it's, I mean, and this is something recently, and I did write something in this about, so everybody tells me I ought to get help, take these pills, and talk to some guy that don't give a fuck if I live or die. I have since started therapy since the last time we spoke, but I don't do any. I told him out of the gate, I was like, I'm not going to do any of the pills.
Yeah.
I'm not going down that route. But in talking in therapy, I think I've realized that it's mainly stems back to that, that like being pulled.
Yeah.
I'm the rope.
Yeah.
Between two grown people. And back then I didn't really understand I didn't understand what was going on really. And now as an adult, realizing that I was just helpless and innocent makes me more sad, I think, to know that I went through that, but then didn't understand what I was really going through. If that makes any sense?
It makes 100% sense. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. I have got a couple friends that are going through nasty divorces, and the kids, unfortunately, it seems like they get used as like pawns to get back or to hurt the other person, and in the process,
it's so unfair.
Yeah, in the process of doing it, like really, what you're doing is you're fucking hurting your own kid. Just try to get back at somebody else. It's very short-sighted, and it does happen, and it's very unfortunate. I'm sorry you went through that, man. That's not great. But I am happy that you're chatting with therapy of some kind. It's very cathartic, and it can help immensely. I know a lot of people, especially for men, it's like chatting about how you feel or your emotions.
It's hard for us to talk about things.
Sure.
For me, it's not as hard because I don't know. I've never been. For a hetero guy, I've never been traditionally like. I don't care if it's not masculine. I wear my hair in a bun on top of my head most of the time. Like most guys would be like, "Oh, I'd never do that." I'd be like, "Just grow up."
Yeah.
But that's why I usually would write these lyrics like this, get it out of my mind on the page rather than speak it out so much. But
Do you remember how old you were when you wrote it?
Oh yeah, this was a few years ago. I don't know, 32,
32, okay.
4.
The reason I ask is it's interesting that like even without approaching this from a therapeutic perspective or a therapy perspective rather, it's like there's something innate in creative people where it's like you like almost without knowing write stuff like this as a way to get it out, because otherwise you'll go a little crazy and you have to get it out. So it's like even though you weren't technically in therapy back then, it's like that basically became a therapy for you, and I think a very healthy way that hopefully it stemmed off something that could have been very destructive.
For sure.
Writing is the best form of therapy.
I agree.
Joe, you're 100% right. Say it in the microphone. Say it in the microphone.
This is not bullshit, it's proven.
Not bullshit, it's proven.
Yeah, and that is when you write something down, it moves what you have in your mind to a different part of your mind.
When you write something down, it moves what's in your mind to a different part of your mind.
Some of that stress out of whatever it is that's bothering you, and it moves it into a place that's
Right.
Yeah.
more
It does.
acceptable to you.
In I think exactly echo what you're saying. I look at it as it's your brain's equivalent to cleaning up your room.
Yeah.
You have a mess in here, and when you see it every day, it wears you down. But if you clean it out, if you get it all out, then it can live somewhere else. Now it lives in that song instead of living in my soul and my mind.
Well, also, just by writing it down, it helps, pardon me, it helps just kind of get it out so that it's not just trapped in your head. And there's something
100%.
There's something very, like I just started writing again recently just to kind of get some stuff out. And it's like, it's very helpful. Like, it's like I work out, I box, But sometimes that's just not enough, and I have some like shit that needs to go down on paper, and I'll never share it with anybody. Sorry guys, but it's like sometimes it's just like just writing it down just helps clean whatever that is. Like it's like your RAM's full, and you just have to like write it down just to like, all right, I can write this down and just move the fuck past this finally.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I do. Like I said last time, I have so many of these things that I wrote down that I just needed to get out at the time, and now I have all these like lyrics that I go back and read, and especially like It's My Birthday, because I was in such a bad way whenever I wrote that, and I'm obviously not there anymore, like not there. But I like having proof that this is where I was. It's like setting a marker on a map so that you can look back once you get to where you are headed, I guess, or closer to your destination. You can look back and see that mile marker so far behind you of where you were. I think that's important. And I don't keep a journal or diary or anything like that. So this is that for me. And talking about therapy, personal like self-therapy, I use my podcast for the longest time for that, you know, and then now that I do the live stream thing, I kind of take 30 minutes of the beginning of my gaming streams, and I just kind of talk about what I'm thinking about or what I'm going through or what's going on, and I get to share it with my YouTube community that makes me feel part of something, you know. It makes me feel I guess part of something is as good a way to say that as anything, but yeah.
I think it's very important to feel like you're part of a community, even if it's just online. I know like a lot of online communities get shit on because it's not like real, quote unquote, but it's real. It's very real.
It's very real.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going, which is like it's still a community of people, and it's odd. It's like they're just not.
This guy right here is a real person.
Hell yeah! But it's like people that are scattered all over the country. You just kind of have to find your own tribe and your own community, and just because they're not here or you haven't met somebody in person doesn't mean that they're any less real. I think it's an unfortunate thing that happens within like the online communities. It's very silly. Also, I got a couple shout outs for Mr. Joe White in the chat. Some people saying hi to you, Joe. You're a legend, Mr. Joe White. Also, you mentioned something in the song Ryan Rossler. Who is that?
Brian Rossler.
Or Brian Rossler, sorry.
Yeah, so Brian Rossler is the beacon of light of original music and songwriters in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He hosted the open mic at a place called the Living Room Coffee Shop, where I did my first solo gig in Myrtle Beach at the end of my tour after I graduated high school. And he's the one that gave me my first shot on stage in Myrtle Beach. And I did a podcast episode with him. He's an incredible writer and an incredible brain. And in that podcast, we started talking about therapy and how we feel we're very and for some people it works. I'm not one of those people that I think I'm not comfortable changing the wiring in my brain. So for some people it works. For me, it doesn't. And for him, he agreed, and he said this thing that I loved. I was like, how do you feel about, the medication that they want you to take in therapy? And he said, I would rather feel everything than nothing.
Yeah.
Because those things sometimes can make you feel nothing. And he said, even the bad parts, I would rather feel everything than nothing at all. And I thought that was a beautiful line. And plus, Brian he's a guy that means a lot to me, and he means a lot to a lot of the people in the community in Myrtle Beach. The original artist that he helps get started. He really kickstarts, and he does all of this to no credit to himself. For no credit to himself. He's literally doing this to help the scene. On his shows, he brings young up-and-coming musicians and gives them their first opportunities in the area.
Like a great dude.
He is a great dude. But I wanted to immortalize him at least in one way. I hate that it happened in the saddest song I literally have. But he he deserves for people to know his name.
Hell
Brian
yeah.
Rossler.
Brian Rossler. Shout out to Brian, man. You're a fucking badass. I don't know who you are, but you sound like an amazing human being. So thank you.
He's the best.
Thank you for doing that. Also, Steve Hall's on the line. Just dropped a chat comment in the
Hell
chat.
yeah, Steve.
What's up, Steve? You said you also have a podcast. I want to get to that, but I also want to get to the next song. What's what's song number 3, and then we'll get into your podcast.
Let's go. This is one of the ones that is very new. I haven't played this one maybe 2 or 3 times ever, and never publicly. So.
Ooh.
I don't even see. I'm having to figure out what key I played in because I don't even remember. You would think. See, a lot of artists would know this. Something like this is coming up, and they would sit down and they would practice all of this stuff. That's not me, because then I'm going to give you a iteration of the thing. I don't want to get in. I don't want to let my mind get in the way of what this thing is going to be. So.
What's the title? Say the title.
This is a song called Little Monsters.
Little Monsters. All right, I'll zip it over to you.
I got these little monsters and I carry them with me. Sometimes you can't tell if it's them or me that you see. I let them out, but they come back time and time again. It seems that these little monsters might be my oldest friend. My little monsters care for me, keep my black heart alive. They come to pick me up when I feel too weak to fly. I know exactly what they are and invited them in me. I love my little monsters and my little monsters love me. I wear these little monsters on my shoulders and my back. Their talons dig deep inside anywhere on me they're at. It's hard for me to tell these days who's driving this machine. I'd like to say it isn't them, but I'm not sure that it ain't me. My little monsters care for me, keep my black heart alive. They come to pick me up when I feel too weak to fly. I know exactly what they are and invited them in me. I love my little monsters love me. My little monsters love me, and I hold them in dear. And I hold these little monsters just as tight as I can. The weight of all their power would destroy a weaker man. I guard them from damnation, and they guard me from myself. For I am the biggest monster, and most time I need their help. My little monsters care for me, keep my black heart alive. They come to pick me up when I feel too weak to fly. I know exactly what they are and invited them in me. I love my little monsters love me. Oh, I love my little monsters love me. Or something like that.
Hell yeah, man. That's a beautiful tune.
Thank you.
You're such a poet, Mr. Hudgins.
Thank you.
My Little Monsters. That's beautiful, man. What is that?
It's just so all of you. I have a type. I have a style, I think, of writing that I think is obvious. I look at the problems that I have in my life as demons and monsters, and there comes a time in your life when if you have a problem that you can't shake, that it just does well to get used to it, and it does well to. You remember when you were in school and there was this kid that annoyed the shit out of you, but he became your best friend?
Yeah.
That's and everybody can relate to that. I think
That was me. That was actually me. That was me.
Really?
That was me.
Well, like, but so you have friends that probably looked at you. I'm just saying, like, you get to a certain point in your life to where you realize, like, oh, well, this is inevitable. This thing is inevitable. I can't do anything about it. I can't shake it. I may as well try to befriend this thing. So I went through this period where I was trying to stop making excuses about, oh, well, this is a thing that I need to get rid of, or I need to cleanse myself of this problem. And once I realized, well, that's not really how those things work all the time. So it's best that I just let it run its course and let it like befriend this monster.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, then it became like, well, that's part of what I am. All of those things that I've tried so hard for so long to shun in my life are some of the greatest parts of me.
Yeah.
And make me who I like. The worst things that ever happen to you that make you who you are as integral into your growth as a human and it's as integral in your growth period as any of the good things that have happened to you. So
yeah, there's a are you talking about like failure in particular, or are you talking about like mistakes that you've made?
Yeah, well, just any sort of resistance
like
to your
adversity.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. I just want to make sure I was tracking. Yeah, I was going to say there's the things that don't go well in your life. People like those are trophies that you've lived through, and they're not something to like shy away from. They're accomplishments that you've been through, and it's like that's like a thing for you to be proud of. It sucks that you have to go through hard times, but ultimately it does shape who you are, and it makes life a lot more interesting. Everything was perfect, I guess it would be great, but I don't know. The most interesting people that I find I'm always like the most enamored by are always the people that have had the most difficult lives or the most adverse. There's something about that.
I agree. But yeah, this it also I allude to in this to where I've been blaming them. I've been blaming these monsters or these problems far too much. What if I just flip that lens around and decide, you know what, maybe I'm the monster. Have you ever thought of that? Like, what if you're the monster? What if you're the one that's enabling this thing? Like, you can blame it on that all you want to, but you're the one in control. As I stated earlier, I'm in control.
Yep.
So, like, it's almost like, you know, how did I say it? It's hard to me to tell these days who's driving this machine. So, and in the other song, I was like, I wonder who's possessing who. It's pretty much, I'm writing a lot from the same starting point. And it's kind of always that starting point of, I have this problem, but here's how I deal with it.
Yeah.
And here's how I got through it, and here's how I learned how to coexist with it.
Yeah. Like I said, man, you're quite the philosopher poet. The way that you express yourself and the way that you write. I did want to ask you about your podcast as well. Do you want to tell? I mean, obviously we have a bunch of folks on the line, including I forgot to give a shout out earlier. Beer is what I make. I believe.
Hell yeah,
is there.
Beer.
Beer is
Beer's a
here.
homie.
Thank you, buddy, for jumping in the chat. But you have a podcast or a YouTube stream. Do you want to tell the folks about that for anybody that would watch this after the fact, or people that are watching that don't know who you are?
Yeah, I have a. I had an old podcast called the MI Stuff, Murrells Inlet. I was from Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, and the MI Stuff podcast, I did hundreds of episodes of that, and it became like the premier podcast in my area. And I interviewed so many people like Brian Rossler and just local people. It started out I wanted to just bring my friends on and have a couple of hour conversation with them. You know, I saw one episode of JRE and I was like, oh, I can do that. You know, so I did that. So I started, and then I fell out of it after a while. I got into this little podcast called Kill Tony. This little teeny tiny podcast
Very
called
small.
This itty bitty tiny podcast called Kill Tony that had, you know, about 1,200 people watching it live every Monday, give or take. And then I joined a Kill Tony Discord group and started hanging out with those guys instead, and in a voice chat. So I stopped doing my podcast so much because I was just talking to them and hanging out with them all the time. And all the time that I would normally be by myself, I now had this little online community of people that, you know, I felt a connection to. And because, you know, Kill Tony back then wasn't what it is now. So nobody back home knew what it was. I'm screaming it from the rooftops back then. Meanwhile, nobody else knows. When I find a community dedicated to it with so many people, I'm like, this is my crew. Yeah. And so then I stopped doing the podcast. I revamped it. I brought back the Kelsey Hudgins show after a while, and I did, I don't know how many episodes of that, 40 or 50 episodes of that. And then I got bored with doing that. And then I brought back this thing called Yonder Talks, which I did, I think, 12 or 13 episodes of that. And then I just fell out of doing that. Yonder Talks is the most recent of the podcasts that I did. But now the only podcast I do is, unfortunately, behind a paywall. But it's called Driving Talks. And I just set up a camera in the corner of my truck. R.I.P. to the truck. We just got rid of the truck the other day.
Oh, so you made a post about that. There's a whole history behind the truck.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's okay. So the truck history is pretty crazy. I told you I grew up in like a very Christian, ridiculously Christian household. The truck belonged to the preacher of the church that I originally got saved in, Shiloh United Methodist Church. My dad still goes there and preaches on occasion. Whenever Preacher David got bad off, my dad bought the truck from him and kept it in Alabama. They had a little lake house in Alabama, a little camper on the lake in Alabama, and they needed like it was quite a hike to take the garbage up. So they needed a truck to take the garbage up to the end of the road in. And they bought that truck to do that with, leave it at the camper. And whenever I was going to move to Austin on October 12th, 2021, I pulled out of my driveway in Murrells Inlet in my apartment after putting my key under my mat in my car. And 30 minutes after I left, I hit a deer.
Oh shit! Like how fast were you going? Like
fast enough to total my car.
Oh, dude.
The insurance totaled it, So I got out, I snatched the fender away from the wheel enough for me to get the car to my dad's house, because he had already picked up all of my stuff from my house. He dropped off a trailer at my house and let me load it up, and then he picked it up. He drove me here with all of my stuff, so shout out to Dad for that. But he said, I've got an idea. I've got this truck at the camper in Alabama. We're going to drive from South Carolina to Alabama, stay the night there at the camper, and then we're going to get up early the next morning and get you to Austin. So it broke the trip in two. And also now he said, you can drive this truck until you get another car, or you can just buy this truck from me. So I was like, yeah, I'll drive the truck, and then I'll, when I get the insurance check, I'll get something else, and then I'll just take this truck back to Alabama. But then I kind of fell in love with the truck, because not only did I fall in love with the truck, but I also had history with it. Preacher David owned a Palmetto awning and fence in Bennettsville, where I'm from, and it was my first job. My first real job was putting up chain link fences out of that truck with David.
Oh, dude, that's
So
yeah. You
it
definitely
was-
have a history there.
Yeah, so I fell in love with the truck, and man, it did its job for 4 years. Had over 300,000 miles on it.
Ooh.
So trucks don't run forever.
Yeah.
And this one, ironically enough, the first day I drove this truck was on October 12th, and it blew its motor on October 12th.
No shit.
It literally on the day, to the day.
Dude, that's wild, man.
It was crazy that it happened. Yeah, it happened on a Sunday night. My birthday was the 14th on a Tuesday. It happened 2 days before my birthday. This first day I drove that, it made it 4 years to the day.
To the day, man.
To the day.
That thing was hanging out for you.
Dude, I got to be honest
There's
for you,
like
man.
some sentience there.
There was, and Preacher David I grew up, and I'm not as religious as I once was, but Preacher David was a very godly man, and I believe that whatever blessings he put on that truck were very strong. So, yeah, I believe that whatever he kept that thing going longer than it should have for me, I believe.
Dude, that's wild, man. All right, so your podcast so it's now in the car, not the truck.
Yes. So yeah, driving talks. Now that's on Patreon, and for my YouTube members, I drop it on Patreon about 2 weeks or so after the episode's recorded, and then on YouTube they're on about another month delay on that. But I talk about really intimate stuff that you shouldn't really say publicly.
Okay.
Or things about people.
Are you like talking shit or?
Not necessarily, but I mean, some people might feel that way about it.
Okay, got it.
But it's the sort of thing I'm not going to put this out there publicly.
Got it.
And also, I don't have anything else now since I'm live streaming my secret show sets, which I used to put on Patreon. Now I don't have anything to put there, so I just picked up. I used to do with shower talks, believe it or not. I would set up a camera in my shower. Come on. I'm not even kidding you. So all you would see would be like here up, but I would literally be showering, talking about like, yeah, man, this thing happened at work, and I'm pissed about it, and yada yada yada, and it's just basically me doing that. It's like, this doesn't belong in public.
Got it.
But so shower talks slowly morphed into driving talks, which is a lot less weird, dude. Some people made the shower talks weird.
Yeah.
They make that, people can make shit weird, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that's like, well, you're in the shower, so I feel like it might be somewhat of
Here's
a door.
the thing. It's when it started, it was not, as crazy as it sounds, I don't know how, it wasn't weird. Like when I started it, it was like the most unweird thing that it was. I know this sounds crazy that I'm saying it wasn't weird, but it just wasn't. But then people started making it weird, and when I get people in the in the comments, they're like, "Hey, pull your chest hair,"
That's what the fuck.
or I'm like, "Come on, man!" Like,
That's the IRL community. There's like people that just stream their entire thing, and then you can like give them cash to go like talk to a person or something like that.
Yeah.
That thing is like, I don't know if there are people in the chat that are into that. It's just super. It's like a little jarring for me.
yeah.
That's just a little weird. So I don't know. Maybe you got some of those folks in there. You do have some other people in the chat. Zen.
Hell yeah, Zen.
What's up, Zen? W Dad and Soupy, I think. It's very
Hell
tiny
yeah.
font. I'm trying to read.
Hell yeah, Soupy.
Irish Spring, Shane Saw. Okay.
That's right.
There you go. What is song number 4? Let's do that.
So since we were talking about church and religion a little bit, let's this one and this is actually a little bit wow. I love how things line themselves up. So I got a new car after the truck. I wrote this song I don't know how long ago. This is called "Got Me a New Pair of Shoes," and it's this is a song about after shying away from religion. I don't talk about this much, but I did get saved, or like pray the sinner's prayer, as you say, when I was 13 years old. And I'd kind of forgotten about that aspect of my life. So this is more like a nod to that version of me, and more of a spiritual, religious type thing. And it's almost like it's like I want to write a hymn or church song almost. So that's what this one is. This has got me a new pair of shoes.
All right, over to you.
Got me a new pair of shoes. Got me a new pair of shoes. If tomorrow turns out wrong, at least I know I can walk back home. Got me a new pair of shoes. Meet me in Georgia, Lord. Meet me in Georgia, Lord. Can make it okay, Lord, just meet me halfway. Meet me in Georgia, Lord. Wash me, Lord, in the blood. Wash me, Lord, in the blood. Transgressions I'll pay, Lord, wash my sins away. Wash me, Lord, in the blood. Got me a new pair of shoes. Got me a new pair of shoes. If tomorrow turns out wrong, at least I know I can walk back home. Got me a new pair of shoes. Watch for my family, Lord. Watch for my family, Lord. Lord, all that I pray that my folks all be okay. Watch for my family, Lord. Cleanse my soul and my mind. Cleanse my soul and my mind. Free me from fear when the end comes drawing near. Cleanse my soul and my mind. Got me a new pair of shoes. Got me a new pair of shoes. If tomorrow turns out wrong, at least I know I can walk back home. Got me a new pair of shoes. Prepare me a table, Lord. Prepare me a table, Lord. For my enemies stay close to my side all day. Prepare me a table, Lord. Walk me, Lord, to the light. Walk me, Lord, to the light. When my time here is through, Lord, just bring me home to you. Walk me, Lord, to the light. Got me a new pair of shoes. Got me a new pair of shoes. If tomorrow turns out wrong, at least I know I can walk back home. Got me a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
or something like that.
There you go. That's one of those songs that would be good for like track placement in a film.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like in
Oh,
the
yeah.
in the background somewhere, where someone's doing something, not necessarily getting a new pair of shoes, but like just maybe
Right.
they're prepping to do some meddling or maybe something slightly nefarious. That would be an interesting juxtaposition to the B-roll.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the song's obviously not about walking.
Yeah.
Look at me. The song's obviously not about walking back home. But I like to write from the viewpoint of somebody who's like ancient. You know, like somebody who grew up in a time to where, you know, if you get you a new pair of shoes, that means you got miles you can walk.
There you go.
Even if you have to do that, like early 1900s type folk.
What I have some other questions for you. You talked about Skyrim, but I did want to ask you some silly stuff as
Yeah, sure.
well. What's a random skill that you have that has nothing to do with music?
I can whistle like a motherfucker, loud as shit.
Really?
It'll clear this room out.
Can you do that right now? Just maybe back off from the mic a little bit. That's pretty loud. That's actually very loud. That's very loud.
I don't know why I thought of that first. I was like, what can I do right now to prove that I can do it? I could play all of these instruments, but that's not.
That is the thing. You're very talented. You're very gifted music. This is the last episode that we did. We discovered that you're kind of a multi-instrumentalist
Yeah.
savant. How did you discover that? Was it just getting in front of instruments and doing it?
Man, my granddad was the greatest musician that ever lived, and I got his blood. You know, I got his genes. He's part of me. But also, I was very lucky that my granddad played in bands pretty much all of my childhood, and he also had access. I also had access to all of these different instruments in my house at all times. So I just remember walking up. You know, my granddad showing me the Mary Had a Little Lamb on a piano when I was a baby, basically, and I could just do it. Like it just, and with this is crazy. I started doing that when I was like very young, but whenever I turned 8 years old, I got into this horrible car accident where, I don't know if you can see it through the makeup, there is a scar through my forehead right here.
I cannot see that through the makeup now.
You can feel it. There's a dent in my head here still.
What happened? It was a
I
car
fell
accident?
off. I fell off the selling world's finest chocolate. It's not the world's finest chocolate, but I was selling that shit, and I was going down to the house that's the farthest from my house, and a little fat kid walking down with a box of chocolates going down at the end of the road. My Aunt Marie, God rest her soul, pulled up in her car and said, "Hop on the trunk, just jump up on the trunk, and we'll ride you down there." And then I fell off the back,
Oh shit!
and
How fast was she going? Was she going?
I mean, not at all.
Okay.
But dude, I mean, I was a Power Rangers kid. You know, I wanted a Ninja Turtles kid. I'm sure I wanted to do something cool. Some cool jump off the back while it's moving like I see in the cartoons or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what I did. But I don't really remember because I don't remember a whole lot of my life before that happened. But yeah, I fell off the back of that car, had a really bad concussion, and I actually flatlined 3 times in the ambulance on the way to the hospital.
Holy shit!
And yeah, so I died legally 3 times in between my hometown hospital that couldn't do anything for me and the larger hospital at a bigger city.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, and then I was in a coma for several days after that, and like they had already prepared my parents, like, hey, if he wakes up, like he's gonna need like lifelong assistance.
Holy
like he's
shit,
not
dude.
gonna, like he's gonna probably be prone to seizures and all of this other stuff like that for the rest of his life. So,
Yeah, knock on wood.
but yeah, so like that's what my parents were told, and then I woke up on a Sunday morning, and after that, like they were like, do you feel fine? Can you walk? And I was like, yeah. Well, show me. Can you walk? Walk to me. And down the hall of this hospital, I ran to this person. Funny part of that is that same morning, that Sunday morning, my great-grandmother, Rosette Wilkes, was doing a thing called standing in prayer, which is where one person will go down to the altar. I don't know if you've been in that sort of situation before. Someone will go down to the front of the church, kneel down at the altar. The rest of the church will come and lay their hands on this person, and it just creates like a sea of people where they're all praying for one specific thing. My great-grandmother stood in prayer for me, and this was one of those shouting churches where they speak in tongues and such.
Oh, wow.
And my neighbor across the street, Miss Geraldine, said she had a vision of me running down the hall of the hospital.
Get the fuck out.
Like she had a vision. She had a vision of me running down the halls of the hospital, and literally in that moment, and it was about that time when I literally woke up. I know sounds crazy.
Dude, it doesn't.
That's how it happened. That's how it went down.
That is so wild, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Are you a very religious person anymore, or do you still practice in any capacity?
I don't go to church. But I mean, I'm still very, very religious. I've read the Bible a couple of times. I think a lot of people get it wrong. A lot of churches get it wrong, which is why I don't go to church.
Yeah.
But as far as I would say that I am a Christian, but not practicing. But yeah, I would say I'm much more spiritual than I am religious, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's the.
I don't believe there's as much of a disparaging space between the devil and God. I don't think there. I believe that is the same thing. In a way.
There's a lot of religious organizations that just are difficult. And the people, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody's faith or whatever, or even behavior, but there's just some churches that just say one thing and then do something very different.
Like Lakewood and Joel Osteen. I'll say the name so you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good example. It's like you're walking around in custom suits and flying in a private jet, and there are people in your parish that are not doing well.
Exactly.
It's not okay.
Or all of the people of Houston are being put out of their homes because there's a hurricane that's ruining everything, and we won't even allow people to come in because we've just got new carpets in the church.
Yeah, like that type of dumb shit is just like, I just don't, it just doesn't register. It just seems very off. Like something's just not right about it.
I have a thing saying that God's not in those churches anymore.
Yeah.
God still exists in places like Shiloh United Methodist Church, where my dad goes when there's, 15, 20 people there to worship God. But he doesn't exist in those churches that look basically like this room with a big band.
Yeah.
And a bunch of smoke machines and light shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was a place in Chicago I went to where they had like a very they had like these broadcast cameras in the front, and I'm a filmmaker, so it's like I see this and it's like, oh, they're like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cameras in the front, and it's like, well, we need it to broadcast the message of God, and it's like, no, you can use it with a fucking cell phone, dude. You don't. But it's like that, and there's like a Nord 6 bright red, brand new Nord 6 stage piano. It's like $6,500. There's people that are going to the church that just are like suffering, and then you look at the lead pastor, and he's in a $2 million brownstone in downtown Chicago, and it's like, man, something's fucking off about this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I've always rejected in religion, was like that organization, that whatever that is not it. I
have that same ire.
Yeah, it's very odd. I had a hard time being there the 3 times that we were there. And
I actually played in one of those bands at a church like that once, and I realized that everybody in the band was getting paid so much money, and I'm like, you're getting paid for like God's work? Like that always felt sacrilegious to me.
Yeah, dude.
I felt sacrilegious of being in that scenario. So like I never liked taking money for doing things for God.
Well, also
That's-
when the pastor is in like Ferragamo or Gucci shoes, then it's like, all right, something's a little fucked up here.
Yeah, and the thing about that is, a lot of those churches get that equipment for free.
Yeah.
A lot of those churches will get that shit for either free or they don't have to pay taxes. They don't pay the price normal people pay for shit.
Yeah.
And I believe that's why some of them are in church. And I believe that's why some of them have churches. Like you watch Righteous Gemstones, that's real. That's really how it is at a lot of churches back. That's really how it was at one of the, and I'm not going to name the church I played for, but it's like that in a lot of places, man. Like you go to a church function and somebody will be breaking out bottles of liquor. Like it's at a house, at someone's house. It's like after prayer group, there's people drinking beer. And I'm like, come on, man. Like not that there's anything wrong with drinking beer, but come on, time and a place.
Time and a place, yeah. It just something just seems a little off there.
I'm sorry, you asked me something completely different, and I kind of went on one of my things.
No, that's why I love you, and that's why I asked you to continue to do this every October. I want to do this with you every year. Like,
Hell
it's
yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah, dude. Like
I'm down.
I love your music, and you're an amazing human being. I
Thank
genuinely
you.
love you, dude.
Likewise,
you're a
man.
fucking amazing human being. You've got such a unique story, and I dig your music. And you're like you're very poetic in what you write,
Thank
and you're
you.
like a fucking musical savant, legitimately. So. I would love to maybe do something like maybe it's something for next year. Do a show where your guitar, piano, maybe something on like a quiet drum thing. I don't know if that's possible to do
Yeah.
while you're singing, but it would just be awesome to kind of showcase all the different skills you have. I asked you what your random skill was that had nothing to do with music.
Oh yeah, random skill.
Yeah, and then we kinda went-
the music.
Yep.
I told that long story to get back to this point. So after I got out of the hospital,
That's
out
right.
of the coma, I could just kind of play.
No shit.
I just
so
it
wild.
took a little effort, but noticeably less than my peers who like there were people who started playing music long before me, but when I decided I wanted to play guitar, I went from, how do you make that chord to doing lead licks in like no time. It was kind of
That's wild.
insane how I could music just sort of clicked.
Did you ever see that story? There's a kid, he had a similar, I don't know if he fell off a car, but he had an accident, and then he woke up with like crazy memory. He's like memorized pi, like the
Yeah.
number, and it's like he can like hear a language and then just like learn it in a week, like
Yeah.
any language. It's really wild. I don't know what that is, but maybe something like that happened. I did want to also ask you, describe yourself in 3 emojis. It's a new-
Describe myself in 3 emojis:
Is-
hot dog, black heart, clown face.
I was gonna say, does the clown have to be in there? Just because of the ghetto? I feel like that's probably it.
Yeah, hot dog, black heart, and either metal hand or clown face.
Okay. All right. I dig it. Let's get to song number 5. What's song number 5 from the name?
All right, let's pick one.
It sounds like there's a lawnmower outside. You guys hear that, or is that just in my headphones?
I'm from the South. I don't even hear appliances anymore. They
I'm like,
just,
what is that noise? There can't be a lawnmower outside. We're on 5th Street in downtown Austin. At Ronnie Hall's place, the Black Box Music Academy. Great
Shout
place
out to
for
Ronnie, the man.
Yeah, shout out to Ronnie. Great place. His face is on the wall
Great
right
voice.
there. Great voice. He has the voice of an angel. He has like crazy range. I've talked about this on other shows. He hits notes that sound like whales. Like that's how high pitched he can get. It's crazy. Crazy talented. What's your 5th song title?
I don't know if this one has a title. Let's just call this
Ooh,
if it's real.
Do you want to poll the audience that's watching and maybe hear and see if we can get a title after
Yeah,
the show?
these guys are gonna come up with something. Yeah.
All right. So,
Sure.
All right. So we're gonna listen to the song and then throw out ideas for what you think the title of the song should be afterwards. And it's not a lawnmower I was hearing; it was a motorcycle. I've got brain damage.
I've been gifted, but I keep it locked away, but I am repenting. turning from my selfish ways, and I'm tempted to testify today. Now I've been given one more chance to carve my name. Oh, I've been afraid of flying, now I'm too far from the ground. Don't know when it's gonna stop, and it's too late to back out now. Oh, I'm not ashamed, I'm thriving in spite of how I feel. And I'm wondering if any of it's real. Yes, I'm wondering if any of it's real. I've been prideful of the way I was brought up, just like a rifle that's been fired way too much. I've grown weary from traversing far and wide just to go conquer whatever's on the other side. Oh, I've been afraid of flying, now I'm too far from the ground. Don't know when it's gonna stop, and it's too late to back down now. But I'm not ashamed, I'm thriving in spite of how I feel. And I'm wondering if any of it's real. Yes, I'm wondering if any of it's real. Truth is, I'm asking if a man could make his mind through teeth a-gnashing, underneath a bearded smile. If you'll oblige me, only thing I'll ask of you is just be honest. Have you felt all this pain too? Oh, I've been afraid of flying, now I'm too far from the ground. Don't know when it's gonna stop, and it's too late to back down now. Oh, I'm not ashamed, I'm thriving in spite of how I feel. And I'm wondering if any of it's real. And I'm wondering if any of it's real.
Damn, man. Ooh. That was beautiful.
Thank you. That's
Holy
one of the most
shit.
recent ones. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
dude. Yeah, absolutely. That was a beautiful song, man. You have a way of some artists, like, they push really hard to be emotive in their songs, but you have a way of, like, being very calm and kind of still and stoic, and it still comes off as, like, incredibly moving, man. That was a beautiful song.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was that about? Like,
It's about, like, so I've been gifted, but I keep it locked away. I just talked about how I was kind of, things, I love how things just, I didn't plan this. I didn't even do a set list. I've just been, like, picking these as I go, like, what should we do? I've been gifted, but I keep it locked away, as, like, I was gifted with this ability, this musical ability that I have, but, like, I don't use it. I do Secret Show on Thursdays for 30 minutes a week, and that's it.
I've seen it. It's great.
Thank you. Sunset Strip every Thursday, by the way, at 7:30. I do crowd warm up for Red Band Secret Show, and that's the only musical avenue I exploit now. I don't do gigs anymore. This is an off, this is a once a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then my weekly thing at Secret Show. But, like, I've been gifted, but I keep it locked away, as, like, I have this musical thing, but I've been so focused on wanting to do stand-up and getting better at that I've kind of moved away from doing that so much. So it's also, I've learned that in doing that, I've silently begun to thrive in my life. And like the YouTube is doing really well now. The comedy is getting much better. And I have so many different avenues of creativity that I'm able to exploit for myself, in myself rather. And so I'm like, this song is almost about me feeling bad that I'm happy that I'm thriving. And that leads me to, is this happening? Is it, am I? Is it real? Is any of this actually happening? So yeah, just wondering if any of it's real. But then also I've felt like I've always been that. Like I'm not I talk about it as doing well as flying. Like when I'm doing well in my life, I consider that off the ground. Like we're flying now, we're up there. But I've been up there for so long because everything that I've kind of done has reached a certain level of success. Even with my band back home, we made it to that pinnacle in my scene, and it went well. So it seems like everything that I've ever really tried hard to, or not even tried hard, but everything I've ever really put a lot of attention into has been successful or done well. So I'm like, how do I say it? I've been afraid of flying, and now I'm too far from the ground. I was so afraid of I truly am afraid of heights, by the way. That's that's a real thing. But now I'm too far from the ground. I don't know when it's gonna stop, and it's too late to back down now. So I'm already up there, looking down, and it's like I'm not ashamed that I feel this way. I'm not ashamed that I'm scared. I'm actually thriving in spite of how I feel, in spite of being scared that one day I'm just gonna hit the ground. It's all gonna be over, and I'm not gonna be up there anymore. And I'm not ashamed of that reality. I'm actually thriving in spite of how I feel, but I'm wondering if any of it is actually real. Is it just that perception that I'm in control of that's letting me believe I'm thriving, or am I? Or what's the difference, basically? But that's what this is about.
And how do you define
that's
it?
the nugget of feeling that I put into this.
Again, you're a very thoughtful person, Yonder. You really are, man. It's
Thank you,
I love how your brain works. And again, it's like what is, like, how do you define it? Like, what is it? Like, how do you define thriving? Is it just a thing that you feel for yourself? Because it's like otherwise you would give definition to yourself thriving from somebody else, and I don't think that you can give anybody that power. Like, you're the only person that can actually say whether or not you are or not thriving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. And I guess my qualm with that thought is, can I trust the thought?
Yeah, that makes sense, man. We do have some comments from the comment section. Section. I just had a stroke. Chicken Bog Blues. I like how small the font is in here. This is killing me.
The Chicken Bog Blues.
Chicken Bog Blues. New Shoes Blues. The Calling. The Balance of Being. No Parachutes. The Wandering Yondering. That's cute.
Yeah.
I dig that.
That was Shane, wasn't it?
The Wandering Yondering, that was Jade. Shane had No Parachutes.
That's funny.
Time for a Heart was Theo DeGaulle. And then also
The Oddball.
The Oddball. I can't, dude, my glasses, I need actually prescriptions. Dude, can I tell you how fucking sad this is? My eyes are starting to go, and it's like, I've had perfect vision my whole life, and it's so sad. I have to squint all the time now.
I'm right there behind you, buddy.
Shane said, I'm not crying, you're crying. Thank you, Shane. Falling into a Calling from Black and Blue. That was a dope one. That was a great one. And yeah, we got a couple knuckles off of that one too. So we had a bunch. We had a bunch in there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Many to choose from. You don't have to name it now.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been calling it if it's real. But yeah, I'll have to look through any of those other things. Some of these things won't ever get a name. They'll just, well, when we record it, what should we put on the album? We'll figure it out.
I asked this to every artist as well. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? I think I asked you last
Cookies
time.
and cream.
Cookies and cream.
I'm a big cookies and cream guy. If no cookies and cream, then maybe the Dutch chocolate. But yeah, I think cookies and cream is.
Do you have a brand of cookies and cream that you go to?
I'm a Bluebell guy all day,
okay.
brother.
It's a pretty good cookies and cream. Also, anybody in the chat watching, if your favorite flavor of ice cream, very interested to know. We do this every show. The other, you mentioned Skyrim earlier. I do want to talk about that, but I was just looking at time. I always like talking to you so much that the show's actually running long because I find you so interesting. Let's do song number 6 because we're only doing 2 more songs from the evening. But let's get to song number 6 and then we'll take another pause. What is song number 6?
I'll give you an option.
Okay.
There is a song that the YouTube will love that is a little more upbeat that we can do and then maybe finish off with the one that I did a sound check with. Do you think that might work? Let's actually do that.
Let's do that. We're just gonna do that. Let's just do that. What is the title of song number 6?
Let me find a. This is a song that I play in my intro on my YouTube all the time, and I don't think they've ever heard me do it because I wrote these lyrics and put it in AI and let AI write a song, and I made that my intro. This song is simply just called Breakfast. This is unlike any of the other ones that we are going to do today. Big bowl of grits for breakfast. Yes, ma'am, with ham for breakfast. Eggs scrambled with cheese for breakfast. Get on my knees, say please for breakfast. I've come a long way for breakfast. I'm happy to pay for breakfast. Such a nice day for breakfast. Gonna change my name to breakfast. Don't make enough time for breakfast. Not supposed to drink wine for breakfast. Better wait in line for breakfast. You better stay away from my breakfast. Gonna use a gift card for breakfast. Gonna try real hard for breakfast. Slaughter hogs in the barn for breakfast. Cats eat a big ball of yarn for breakfast. Have a moment to talk about breakfast. Don't think I can live without breakfast. Plant a seed and watch it sprout breakfast. And if you hear me, then holler out breakfast. Use a gift card for breakfast. Gonna try real hard for breakfast. Slaughter hogs in the barn for breakfast. Cats eat a big ball of yarn for breakfast. You have a moment to talk about breakfast. Don't think I can live without breakfast. Plant a seed and watch it sprout breakfast. And if you hear me, then holler out breakfast. That's for the folks at home.
Dude, it's funny. You said you were playing that, and the whole chat blew up. It's like, whoa, breakfast live, hell yeah! Like,
see, I knew they would eat. I don't even know what key I do it in. Like, that's definitely because those AI voices can do whatever they want.
Dude, you actually have a
I'm
beautiful voice, and you typically like the set that you're doing tonight. You've just kind of have more than like a spoken register that you've been singing in, but you actually have a really beautiful higher pitched voice, man.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I guess I should start writing my own songs to like cater towards that, but I don't like to take the attention away from the lyrics, and I don't know if I think the way I sing them makes it easier to pay attention to the words.
Got it.
If that makes any sense.
It does. 100%, man. You do have a good voice, though. Do you ever try to? Are there any songs that you play where you actually hit a higher register?
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, at Secret Show, like I when I do covers, I do. I have a lot of high register. I do have a lot of high register stuff. It's not necessarily my style of writing.
Got it.
Or my style of performing my songs. But yeah, I definitely have a lot of like high register stuff.
Well, you know what? For next time, what we should do is we should bring you on for like a 30-minute show and then dump off and do a secret show just for your crew.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. For sure.
That would be dope.
I don't mind doing, I actually, weirdly enough, I prefer covers. I don't play a lot of my own stuff because if I do a show of all of my songs, people are gonna be like crying and coming up to me after, like, "Are you okay?" Like, so that's why I do. And I mean, Joe's seen from Vulcan back in the day. He's seen countless secret shows of me doing other people's stuff. Like I kind of prefer that, as weird as it sounds. I like running other people's music through my filter.
Okay.
I love doing that.
Yeah, that might be a thing to do, is maybe do like a handful of originals and then cut over to do a closed off stream, like maybe on one of your Patreons or something. We can swap over and then do covers. Because we typically don't do covers on the show.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That would be maybe something.
I figured that. I would never, and I'm glad I had like a few that I've written in the last year, or a couple that I've written in the last year, and just so much of a long catalog of stuff that I just don't do anymore.
I also ask this to every artist who comes on the show before we get to the last song of the evening. What are you hoping to get out of doing something like this? If you were to put it out into the world for it to come back to you in some capacity?
It'd be really cool if somebody heard any of these songs, like an artist heard any of these songs, and they were like, "Hey, man, I really like that song. Would you mind if I recorded that? Like, could I?"
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
Could I? I would love to be the songwriter guy who plays covers in my life, but has other people cover my songs because it's what I love to do to other people's music. I would love for someone to do that for me. I would love to have someone be like, "Hey, man, I'd love to record that if you'd allow it."
Oh, sorry, I mean to cut you off. Little
No, I would love
Monsters, and the working title of "If It's Real." Those are really beautiful songs, man.
Dude, thank you.
Those
you
are
so
great,
much.
and there's some really talented people that might take those, and I would hope they would hear it. Maybe they'll reach out to you and say something. That'd be dope.
Yeah, but also I don't play any of my originals at all, so I like to get out of this knowing that I still have this in me and I can still do this, and just showing my normal audience that usually sees me do covers at Secret Show to know that I'm not just some covers guy, that like I can do this as well.
I would love for you to do this more, man. You're a very gifted person musically, especially to be. I know we talked about this the last show. It's like to be able to pick up any instrument and just play, and do it well. And then also how poetic you are with your writing. I think it would be awesome to have a stronger vein of Kelsey Hudgins music in the world. You got a great voice, man, and you're a beautiful writer as well. It's maybe something to. If you have extra time, not that anybody really does anymore, but if you have extra time, it would be dope to have like an album or something for you.
Oh, well, I've got an album in the works, and I actually started recording it, but I am so bad at setting aside time for things, period. I'm just so bad at setting aside time. But yeah, I've got, and I'm very weird too about how I record. Most of my stuff I've recorded by myself at home. all of the instruments on like myself, but I don't have the setup here that I had in my apartment in Murrells Inlet. I really need to get back involved in that. But like I said, the YouTube has been doing so well lately, and I've been putting all of my free time and attention into live streaming because of, well, I mean, the revenue is also doing okay, and now I have a car payment.
Yeah.
And insurance, full coverage insurance to pay for.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, if you need extra gear, I know a guy with a show that has a lot of extra musical gear.
Dude, hell yeah, bro.
So if you need to grab anything, man, it's just, if I'm not using it, it's going to sit in the closet. So I'd rather somebody be using it and do something with it, especially if you're creating and putting more beauty in the world. That'd be amazing. I do have one silly question for you before we get to the last song. You're the you're the newly elected mayor of a fictitious town. What is the name and what is one ridiculous law that you're passing?
Well, it's Yonder Town. It's Yonder Town, and the one ridiculous law that I am passing is, shit. That's not the law. I think my law would be that every day you have to do something nice for someone, and you're not allowed to tell anyone that you did it.
Oh.
You have to do something nice, and you cannot tell anybody that you did it.
That's a great law.
And that's law. And if you don't do it, you get arrested. But but only people that would know, like I would know, because in this town I'm all knowing.
Yeah.
In Yonder Town I'm all knowing, so I would know. So I would say you have to arrest this person. They didn't do a thing.
There you go. That would be a very good society if everyone just helped each other. Imagine
Brother,
that.
I say that at every show. My Uncle Roger used to do that. Do something nice for somebody and don't tell anybody that you did it. He would do that. At his funeral, we heard countless stories of, I was raking my leaves and he pulled up and pulled a rake off the back of his truck and helped me finish raking my yard, and then just got in his truck and left. And he did that. There's so many stories about that. That's my way of keeping Uncle Roger alive, is telling people to do this. Do something nice for somebody. Don't tell anybody that you did it. And plus, I kind of hate those. Yo, I'm giving this homeless person a $100 bill right now.
Yeah, it's for not.
That's a little cringe for me.
Yeah. It's not a little, it's very.
Yeah. Like, dude, don't diminish the blessing. Let the blessing be a thing. And just go. If you like the way that feels, keep doing it.
Yeah, there was actually, it finally leaked. It's an old story now, but Denzel Washington built, he paid for the entire wing of a medical hospital for the Army. He just donated a bunch of funds, never said a word, and then the story finally got out years later. But that's the kind of magnanimous
That's what you want.
People that we need in the world, man. They're just doing it for the love of it, not because they want anything in return.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I get it, man. That's a beautiful idea and a wonderful town that I would be a happy citizen in.
Hell yeah.
What is the seventh and final song of the evening?
The seventh and final song, I believe we're calling The Great Hibernation.
Great Hibernation?
I have felt lately this creative revival that I've witnessed in my community, in the comedy community that I am a part of, and just my circle of friends. It seems like there's just, everybody keeps winning. It seems like things are turning a corner for a good way for a lot of people, and it seems like the rising tide is raising all ships, and that is happening. It seems like the great hibernation is over. We're awake, and now we're eating. I think that's happening.
Again, dude, you're a fucking poet, man. You're Robert Frost or something reincarnated. The way you speak.
That's a compliment.
Dude, the way you speak
I love
is
Robert Frost.
The analogies you have and just how your brain works is so it's beautiful, man.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
I love that. The Great Hibernation. What a fucking dude. You're a gem. You're a national treasure.
Dude, thank you so much, man. It means a lot.
Dude. All right, I'll shut the hell up before I wax poetically about nonsense. Over to you for The Great Hibernation whenever you're ready, buddy.
This is the most recent song I've written, by the way. Hibernating, waiting, waking up with hunger pains, been jaded, made it harder than it should have been. Now thriving, striving, saying it just feels selfish. It's high time my life started making fucking sense. Out of context, what's next? Everyone with minds made up in distress, unrest. What happened to thy neighbor love? I digress. What's best for when your mind just goes off track from my vest? I pressed. Time to watch my fucking back. Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Yeah, now my mission, attrition, go until my bones give out tradition. Wishing my grandpa could just see me now. Conviction, fiction, half my mind is just made up. Addiction, mention how long it's been since I've been drunk. Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Hibernating, waiting, waking up with hunger pains and jaded, made it harder than it should have been. Now thriving, striving, saying it just feels selfish. It's high time my life started making fucking sense. Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Where's the light been? Other than Where has the light been? Other than lightning. Where has the light been? Oh, other than lightning. I figured I'd turn it on a little bit.
I fucking love you, dude. That was so
Sorry to
good.
yell at you.
That was so good.
Sorry
Oh
to
my
yell
God.
at you.
No yelling, no apologies needed, dude. As soon as you hit that note, I almost stood up and started applauding. Dude, you're so good, man. You're so good. You barely touch this, and I wish you did. I wish you did more. You're a fucking gem, man.
Dude, thank you so much, man. That song's called The Great Hibernation.
Absolutely beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you to all the people in the chat. Jade, thank you for the assist on the mod. Thank you to everybody. Shane, Beer, all the folks, all the names I'm going to immediately space on for doing this. But thank you so much for doing this, man. Any last thoughts before we're out of here?
Be good people. Do something nice for somebody. Don't tell anybody that you did it. Thank you to this man right here, Joe, the great Joe White.
Yeah, Joe.
Has taken,
Not on
there's a
camera.
lot of
Not on
great
camera.
photographers in this area, but Jade, and so many of my YouTube people compliment your eye specifically on the pictures that you take more so than anything else I've ever posted. Like you're the guy.
I don't know, somehow I do it.
He said, I don't know.
But
somehow
no,
I do
seriously.
it.
Thank you, Joe. And dude, thank you, Reed. You're what you're doing here with this, man. Like this is you're committed to this. You're releasing a lot of content, and you're doing it, dude. The setup is unmatched.
Thanks, man.
It's incredible. You're professional. Like you're very professional in this, and this isn't an industry that has a lot of people that are as professional as you are. So,
Thanks, brother. I
dude,
appreciate
this is incredible. Thank everybody for watching. Everybody, be sure to subscribe to this channel.
Thank
like
you.
this video.
Please like it. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Give us a
just be
subscribe.
good people. Do nice things for people. Don't tell anybody that you did it. Move
Hell
on with
yeah.
your life.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, again for the chat. Really appreciate it. Check us out for another episode of Local Sets ATX. We have the internet. Good night. Bye.